Hi, this is Cami with Brook. This presentation is about reframing stress. In this presentation, we'll learn about how stress affects our minds and body. We'll also learn about how to reframe stress and the benefits of reframing stress, and learn some tips that you can take away today to learn how to reframe stress in your own life. Stress has an impact on the mind and body that we might not be able to understand or be aware of. Even short-term stress can cause things like forgetfulness, irritation, changes in mood and behavior, and emotions. Persistent and chronic stress can actually rewire our brains. The areas that handle threats or fight or flight actually become stronger, and the areas that handle more complex tasks and thought become weaker. Also, all stress isn't created equal. There are different stress thresholds for each individual, and each individual stressors might stress one out more than others. Some factors that are important to understand when thinking about stress and how it might be harmful are things like the fact that stress is unpredictable. We don't know when or why or where stress will come. There's no time limit for stress either. So you could be stressed for 15 minutes or it could last for a whole entire year off and on. Also, the lack of support can create more harm than we might know. If we don't have support in our lives, whether that's virtual support or in-person support from family and friends, or even the Brook experts, for example, individuals can feel like they might not have the support to manage their stress. In turn, it might make managing stress a little bit harder. It's important to reduce stress all around and to learn how to manage it as well. Reframing stress might be a way to manage and reduce stress, especially one that's unique to you in your own life. What's beneficial about reframing stress is that anyone can use it, and it allows you to reframe the way that you see and perceive stress, which in turn can relieve a significant amount of stress in your own life. Through reframing stress, you can notice your thoughts and change them. By noticing these thoughts and changing them, this changes your overall mindset and outlook on life. It's kind of like a snowball effect. Some tips to get started with reframing stress in your own life. First, it's important to establish control over your situation. To understand one thing that might anchor that control. Remember, this might not be related to the control of this entire situation and eliminating that stressor or that uncomfortable feeling that's occurring, but understanding what you can do personally to feel like you're in control and less overwhelmed. From this control, you can get organized. Organization, by organizing your thoughts or maybe your environment, can really help with stress reduction. And it's one often unlooked tip that most people don't really think about when thinking about stress. Also, getting support from your support system. Again, this could be virtual, like the Brook experts, or an online community or forum, or in person with friends and family. It could also look like voice calls or FaceTiming or video chatting with your family. Letting your support network know that you need support with this or that you'd like support can help you further feel like you have that support and feel less overwhelmed. Also, it's important to understand what's stressing you out, to look for that every time when you incur stress. What needs do you have that haven't been met? What aspects of your current situation are stressing you out the most? Next, look at what you can change. Again, this is kind of like establishing control over the situation, looking to yourself and how you can change the situation. Is it something within yourself? Is it something within the environment? Just identifying and reflecting on this. Also, look for benefits. What strengths might you gain by working through this? by working through stress management and also reframing the stress that you're currently enduring. And lastly, find the humor. Some more tips for reframing stress might include learning about your thinking patterns. It's important to understand where your thinking patterns come from, because sometimes they might come from a place of you being stressed or a particular stressor within your life. For example, a thought like, I should have done this, or I wish I could do this better, or I'm just overwhelmed, I can't take on anything else, might be coming from your being stressed or a particular stressor in your life. It's important to acknowledge this thought and think about, am I really feeling this way and thinking this way, or is this influenced by some sort of stress in my life? The first step in acknowledging this is, of course, being aware and noticing our thoughts, which actually can be kind of hard. For a lot of us, thoughts come and go as we participate in daily activities, and we might not really be aware of where they're coming from or why we're having them. So get into the habit of noticing your thoughts and understanding that you're not going to notice every single thought that comes up, but just trying to be aware and mindful. Next step is to challenge your thoughts when you have them. So if you have a thought like this that you're like, I don't know if this is really truly how I feel currently, and it might be influenced by something else, challenge it. Why are you feeling this way? Or why are you thinking that? Is it truly what you think and feel? If it's not, where is it coming from? Is it stress? Is it something in your environment? Lastly, once we are able to notice or be aware of these thoughts and challenge them, we can replace these thoughts with more positive thoughts. Or we can replace the thoughts with things that we can change. Thank you so much for joining us for this presentation. We hope that you enjoyed it and that you learned some tips about reframing stress and stress management techniques that you can use in your daily life. Remember that you can reach out to the Brook experts in the Brook app if you have any questions or would like to talk about strategies for reframing your own stress and any other strategies for stress management. Also remember that stress management and reframing stress looks different for everybody. It might be helpful to start with one thing first that you're going to focus on to help reframe your stress if you'd like to start today. Chat with the Brook experts about your goals and setting those goals in the Brook app so that you can keep up with those goals and get support if you need it. Thanks, and we'll chat soon.